Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to start off with a trip down to the garden center to pick up some pansies. I'm hoping that they have a lot of color on them already. I ordered them several weeks ago and it's been hard to get a hold of them. It's been hard in general, I think, for people in our area to get pansies this year, which is kind of odd. I don't know if it's been like that for you. Typically, we're able to start bringing them in down at the garden center as soon as August, which it's at that point in time, it's usually too hot to be planting them out, but usually we can start bringing them in, but it hasn't been the case this year. This week has been the first week we've had them available to bring in. So we're gonna head down to pick those up. I'm hoping to plant underneath the topiaries in front of the barn. And then we might start to tackle a little fall display around our kitchen door entrance. Hopefully utilizing some of the blue wheat that we harvested, some branches from around the property, some hydrangeas, some of the pansies we pick up. I have no idea, but that's the plan. All right, we have arrived. And I guess when they unloaded everything, they put all of our stuff in the shed. We're gonna go in and check it out. Ooh, dark over here. Oh my goodness. Are all of these mine? I don't know. Hold on. There's a whole bunch over here too. A whole bunch of kale. Oh, these look better than the last ones. And I think some of them are ours. I need to go check my list. Oh, you guys. These are pretty. What is that? Color Max Beacon Rose. Yeah, I don't think all of these are mine because I don't remember ordering this one. However, it is very pretty. Look at that. Okay, so I need to go verify my order versus what my mom ordered, and then we can get everything all organized and into the truck. All right, guys, I got all of my stuff loaded. Only about half of my order came, but it's plenty to get some things done. So I'll show you that in a minute, but I know they just got their bulbs in, so I thought we'd take a quick spin around to see what they've got. They don't even have them all displayed yet. Okay, a couple different varieties of hyacinth sitting back here in the hallway. And then back here, oh, there's some muscari, some beautiful blue ones. I almost said yum. I saw those. Ooh, some iris. I love this iris reticulata. I think, does it have the botanical name? I really like the white one. That is so pretty. And then of course the blue are always striking. More hyacinths right here. Snowdrops and anemones, fritillaria, and Chionodoxa. Camassia is an awesome one to plant. These get pretty tall and they are really long blooming. Oh no, my goodness. Look at this fountain. This is one of the Athens that came in the last load. Oh, and this container. Look at that. They've got some beautiful new houseplants in here as well. Oh, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
We're just taking a spin around. I haven't been up front to look at all the bulbs, but
There's some pretty ones. You want to see what my favorite is?
yeah.
Okay. First off,
Oh
do you
my.
want to choose which one you
Okay,
think's my favorite?
let me take a look here.
Okay.
Oh, this one.
Well, that's true. So I've got about 3 favorites.
Okay,
So
Copper
look at-
Image.
Yeah.
Oh, am I supposed to be looking over here
Yeah.
too? Okay. This one,
Love it.
British
Yep.
Gamble. Is the other one on this wall or this wall?
It's this wall.
Well,
It's in a big box.
is it this one right here? The only, oh, there is more than one. Oh, well, that's pretty too.
It's a beautiful one. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
But look at that.
That is so pretty. So that's called White Wonders. Does it give a breakdown of the actual varieties in here?
I'm sure it does somewhere. It'd have to, right?
No. Perfect partners. The name says it all. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that is a really pretty mix. I wonder if those daffodils are the type that have a scent. They kind of look like they might be one.
Well, I don't know, but it says to dig a hole.
Well, there you go. that's a
Plant the
start.
bulbs.
Yeah.
Cover with soil and water well.
There you go.
That's real easy instructions.
Yes. You know what? That salmon prince right behind you is really pretty
Isn't that
too.
pretty?
Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. I'll try to go slow so as to not cause any.
No, I'm getting dizzy.
No dizziness. Yeah, ooh, I like that blushing impression.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at those parrot tulips. Those are really interesting.
Okay, now doesn't this kind of look like it can't make up its mind?
Yeah.
Like, what should
It's
I
like,
do?
I'm struggling here.
The tulip, the
Rasta parrot.
Rasta parrot.
Yeah. Ooh, the eyelash is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The Don Quixote. Pink impression. I like the white clouds. I also like any of these doubles, any of them.
I do too.
So there's a Black Hero, Copper Image, Dream Touch. I grew Dream Touch. That's a beautiful one. The blue, wow.
But I also like the pink size.
Pink
Isn't
size,
that
yeah.
pretty?
That is very pretty. And then let's see, daffodils right here. Look at how gorgeous. This one is interesting, the sorbet.
Yeah.
They're all really pretty. Sweet Ocean over here,
Isn't
the
that
doubles,
pretty?
yes. And then I do love that British Gamble. Oh, how fun.
This reminds me, this should be called petticoat.
Petticoat.
I should be naming them.
Beautiful petticoats. Yeah, that is really pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Ooh, Caribbean Dream.
Yes.
That is really pretty. What are these right here? Are these plant shelves? Little macrame numbers?
Yeah.
Nice.
It is a macrame number.
Number?
There's two different sizes.
Nice.
In case you're short on room.
Yes. Oh, look at these plant tags. Those are cute. I hadn't seen those yet. Okay, we're gonna take just a little spin around to look at the plants too. We haven't been down here in a little while to do any kind of a tour, but it's getting really close to open house Christmas season. And Monica's been upstairs getting everything ready and unpacked. So we'll be down here to help with that. Look at these ferns. Oh my gosh, they are so gorgeous. I wish I was more dedicated to my houseplant care. Like I want to be. It's a hard one for me. Look at these violets. Those are beauties. And the little citrus, this is a Meyer lemon. It's got fruit on it. Oh my goodness, a ton of succulents. I'm not gonna look at all of them, but you can kind of see overview of everything in here. Probably should clean off my camera. Hold on. Is that better? I don't know if it's any better. I always forget to clean off my camera lens. The peperomias are always so gorgeous. Look at how they shine in the light. There's 3 different varieties right here. Well, 4 different varieties right here. 5 different varieties. My goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fairy Castle cactus. It's a really pretty ficus down there. Everything's looking super healthy, super good. Look at these begonias. Beautiful. And this fountain is nice. Look at this. There's no splatter. And it's got a beautiful sound. Honestly, so does this one. I think this might be very similar or maybe the same as the one Monica put in her garden, right? Looks very close. It's a beautiful pilea. Anyway, fun little side note today. All right, guys, I just left, and of course I left with 4 new houseplants that I totally do not need, but this is beautiful. This is an alocasia called Capria Red. It's so shiny and beautiful. We got a bird nest fern because these are awesome. These are the toughest of all ferns. I did get one smaller one for one of my head planters inside where the other plant that I've got in it's not doing so great. And then this beautiful begonia. And then here's our stuff in here. Now, when I bought these, I thought they were more in the red and orange tones. I must have been confused. I don't know. It looks like Easter in here. So we might have some Easter themed fall pots, which is totally fine. They do look beautiful with these kale right here. And we got a whole bunch of the white kale. So we will just come up with something real pretty with these. Gosh, it is such a beautiful day today, you guys. We are back home. The high today is 84, but it started off in the high 40s. So it just feels Oh, awesome. And this is the area I'd like to work on. I'd like to create maybe one planter for the top of the pillar, maybe one next to it. We can move the basket of bubbles that are sitting down on the ground. And I'd like to scoot the chair over and maybe incorporate that in. I find that we use that quite a lot to put on shoes and socks out here if our shoes are dirty. And then maybe we can create something for over the door. Can you see the twinkle lights inside? I love that.
What's up?
Got some houseplants. Yes, I did. Hey, Samantha Grace. Look at how pretty this load is. And Samantha, you are a good helper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we start planting, I think I'd like to head back to the high tunnel. I did get some carex and some smaller kale in the last load that we might be using with these. So I want to go back there and kind of size everything up and decide on what we want to put in the barn pots, because I think those 4 pots are the only 4 or the only pots in a bigger number that we need to have match. So everything else can kind of just be whatever. And it might be pretty to kind of focus in on that blue and white sort of look. You know, like last year I did a Christmas tree that was just blue and white, kind of blue and white toile, kind of that spode look. So if we use the Frizzle Sizzle blue pansies and some white kale and some carex, that might be a really pretty kind of just clean look, even though it's not necessarily fall. But it'll take us through winter beautifully. All right, you ready?
Yeah, look at these.
Oh, those are very nice gloves, babe. Very nice. All right, the gator is completely loaded. I grabbed a Rudbeckia for a different pot we're gonna plant today. Some of the 4-inch kale, some vinca, the acarus, I think will be the right height rather than the carex for these pots. And you can see the 3-tier topiaries that we recently planted. We cleaned out the pots, got them all cleaned and painted. They look really nice. And then I popped up this cute little umbrella to shade our workspace right down here, because boy, it gets so glaringly bright against this white building during the middle of the day. So what I'm thinking, Samantha, what should we do? Should we do a vinca here?
Yeah.
And then one in the front? You know what, I bet you we can cut these in.
Well, I bet this one should go probably right here.
Okay, I like that. That's
Like
good.
the same, like,
And then one in the front. So maybe like 3?
yeah, probably one right here, and like all over the place right here.
Okay.
So there's gonna be these over there too, and then those ones will have the ones in the back.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, like the ones over there. So these ones are gonna have that one, but probably we should add like those ones and like put them right here.
I want to see all the different textures together. That's a pretty grass right
Yeah,
there,
we
isn't
should
it?
do it the same.
Okay. All right, you guys, so we're just going to work on laying these out, and I'll show you when we get our first one done. We'll walk through the design. I think we came up with something really pretty. I mean, we're focusing a lot on foliage here. I have exactly 3 vinca per pot to use. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 carex that I can use per pot. So I put 1 on either front corner and then 1 in the back, in the center. And then I popped 4 of the ornamental kale in, the 4-inch size. We've got 6 blue pansies per pot that we can use. And that's it. Yeah, I thought we could maybe cut the vinca in half, and you really could with the size that they are, but I think they're the right scale, just keeping them how they are. But it's really hard to plant these containers. I forgot how big the root balls of these topiaries are. They're huge. So, I mean, I have like a tiny little gap, especially where the root ball comes toward the middle of the flat section. Corners, I have a little bit more depth, a little bit more room to work with, but we're limited. But those pansies, even though there's just 6 of them in the pot, they will bulk up and provide a lot of color here pretty quick. Okay, so now that we have our template, the next 3 will go really quickly. All right, guys, there they are all done. I think they turned out really pretty and very peaceful looking. I mean, we used quite a number of plants. I think it's 16 in total, but when you're only dealing with one flower color and it's not, you know, really heavy throughout, or not yet anyway, it just looks peaceful. That's what happens, I think, when you use a lot of different colors of green and different textures. We're not dealing with anything super high contrast, so it just looks pretty. Here are the other ones right over here. I like having that vinca and the grass kind of spilling over the sides too, just a little bit of softness. So this is the Evergold Carex right here. The pansies are the Frizzle Sizzle Blue. So they're these really ruffly beautiful pansies. And then I want to say these are like early Wonder White kale, and then just regular old vinca. And then our topiaries are the emerald green variety. I love them. Love the whole look. It's a very different look from what we had before, which were the green giant arborvitaes, and all of those looked to be doing really well after their transplant, but they were just big and fluffy and they were gorgeous, but they needed to get out of their container. So this is just a much more tailored, tidy look in this space. Okay, now we're heading to the raised bed garden with this. We've got one pot in the center that's just screaming for some color. I cleaned it out a while ago. I think we should pop that in there with some pansies around it and call it. I think that would look simple and bright and beautiful. Plus, if you back up, you can see that we're dealing with lots of zinnias, and there's some lisianthus that are still going for it back there. There's just lots of stuff going on right around here. The zinnias, these are the Lilliput variety, supposed to be a little bit smaller than the regular, which I think they are technically, but they're still really big. I mean, the raised bed is right about here because that's centered. So, yeah. I love this one right here. Look at how gorgeous that is. I also love this one right here. It has like an iridescent, almost purple in the center. Just a really pretty blend. I got the seeds out of the bulk bins down at the garden center. Okay, what color are pansies for this one? I'm thinking we just use some of these. These are the Frizzle Sizzle Mini Tapestry violas. I think those will look beautiful with the bright yellow Rudbeckia. Let's just take a flap. So this is a Sunbeckia called Marilyn, and it's hardy down to zone 7, so it's possible if we happen to have a mild winter, this could overwinter even in the container. 14 to 16 inches tall and wide. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, so pretty. Look at how bright and beautiful that is. It just grabs your attention as you're scanning the area. There's a lot to see in this space. I mean, every single raised bed is full of stuff, minus this one right here. This one is empty and reserved for garlic, which we'll be planting in just a few weeks' time. But oh, this is so pretty. So 1 Sunbeckia and 9 pansies. And look at how gorgeous these are together. Look at that. This one is my fave though. Look at the colors in that. Simple and beautiful. And this space is still super productive right now. Like even our lisianthus, which I clearly did not stake up. We've got some of the older stems from earlier this season, but they're starting to produce a bunch of new stems with buds. So we'll get even more flowers from these. I could come along and clean these up. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. Or not, just let them do their thing. Even our vine crops that we planted super late, like in July, right? We've got some melons about ready to harvest. Okay, now we are gonna tackle the area around the kitchen door, and we're just gonna get as far as we can today. I mean, if we even just figure out what containers we want to use in that space and maybe get some things over there, that'd be great. That is a 100% shaded area, so I'm gonna have to use, I've got some boxwoods in the back. I can use the carex or the acarus. The pansies and violas are good. I couldn't use something like the Sunbeckia, which would be gorgeous and so bright. If I wanted to just enjoy the blooms that it has currently and then just kind of have it fizzle out, then I could put it there. But they'd be so much happier if I found a sunny spot for the ones I've got left back by the high tunnel. Oh, we could also use kale by the kitchen. We'll come up with something pretty. hot. Some soil. Huh. All right, guys, I didn't get to the whole wheat project today. We can do that later on because it takes a little while, even though it's not a huge display, gathering up all the right size containers, all the saucers, the risers, the soil, all the plants. It takes a little bit, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. It looks so festive. Look at this. It just looks a little bit more welcoming now. I bought this Boo mat like years ago at Joann's before they closed. I want to say I've had it for like 3 years and have not used it. So it was perfect timing to get it out. I also brought out one of our pumpkin containers, which we've had forever, and I've got a little string of fairy lights in there that we can turn on. They're battery operated at night, so that will be like a nice little glow right there. That's why I didn't put a plant in it. And a couple of pumpkins that we had sitting on the gator still. I'll add a few more probably in this area, but there's plenty of color. So we've got a hot rod panicum right here, bringing some nice height and texture and some nice red color. This is a perennial grass, so we can use that on the landscape afterward. And we had some little 6-pack pansies left from our front portico project, which is really nice. And I do need to clean, you guys. When I water, I haven't watered any of these in. When I do that, I will wash off the tops of the pots, and I will also wash off the sidewalk. It kind of changes the look of everything though when you get it all wet. So I wanted to show you before I did that. And then in this little container, I've got an ornamental pepper, a kale, and a little carex. That looks so cute, I think. And then I have had this fall pillow for a couple of years as well. I'm thinking, I mean, if you look close at it, you can see all the dirtiness and the frayed. But, you know, those are kind of the perfect ones to throw outside. The cats are going to use this anyway. And then we've got another little ornamental pepper, which I did not repot. It's in like this little plastic whiskey barrel looking thing. So I'll probably put it in a little concrete container, but not today. Aaron's parents actually just got here. They bought a new motorhome and they are taking it on its maiden voyage tonight. They're docking it here and sleeping here overnight. So we're gonna go out and take a look at the new motorhome and all that. So anyway, I'll clean later and repot later. But in this container, I love this one. And this one will go through winter looking beautiful. We've got a Freedom New Gen boxwood. And then these are 2 new pieces, a new pot and a new saucer from Athens that I just got, as well as those 2 right there. And then I just had more of the 6-pack pansies. Those are so convenient to tuck in the edge around larger things. And then we've got some of the mini tapestry mix, and I went through the whole flat and picked out ones that had mostly yellow to go around some acarus. So there's 3 4-inch acarus in there. And then around our fake tree, I could not help myself. They're so festive. I never thought that I would ever have trees like this with big old fake leaves on them, but here we are. I love it. And the kids love it. And I surrounded that, well, with soil first. So the tree goes all the way to the bottom of the pot. It's firmly anchored in there. And the plug-in for it comes out right here. So I just have a little bit of the cord just pooled right there on top of the soil, and then it goes straight to the plug-in. But I surrounded that with 4 acarus, 3 of our bigger kale we picked up today, and then some of the more pink-toned mini tapestry mix violas. And then of course on this side we have our bundle of corn that we moved here not that long ago, but it's just looking super, super festive. And we could add a little touch over the door or not. This is just perfectly great, especially if we add a couple more little pumpkins here and there. It'll be complete. We could even add some along our stones. And you guys, that is going to do it for today. I am super happy with everything we got done. I mean, we had to go pick up the plants, and then I ended up staying quite a lot longer than I intended, which most of the time happens when I go down to the garden center. But getting the 4 pots in front of the barn done, the pot in the raised bed garden, and then this whole kind of setup, I think is great, and I'm super happy with it. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.